Brian Hartnett, first off, where did the nickname Bud come from?
I think it started, I'd say, I was only a 3, 4, 5-year-old. My father just started calling me Bud, kind of, as you kind of, people kind of say now these days, so like, all right, Bud, I mean, that kind of way. I think that's how it started, but it's a bit odd going on the street and someone just kind of half know you and they say, all right, Bud, and I'm kind of thinking, does he call me Bud, or is he only just saying, all right, Bud, kind of way. So yeah, it came from my father anyway.
Can you tell us about the Russell Rovers area, the club, the parish, the area?
Yeah, so I suppose we're in the parish of Clyne, Russell Rovers. So we draw from Shanagary, Ballycotton and Churchtown South. So I suppose we're wedged in between Father Neil's and Clyne. Yeah, 3 small areas, but I mean, fantastic support, and everyone kind of mad for road now for the final.
So there's nothing but hurling in the area?
Yeah, I think much of East Cork is pretty much all hurling. So the football is very much kind of second fiddle to all we do down there. So,
how many people would be in your parish?
Oh, I could be saying lies here now. I'd say 500 from what we'd. Yeah, it could be completely off of that now, but roughly.
Would you have much rivalry with the likes of Clyne that you mentioned?
Underage in the past, I suppose we would have. But then in terms of the adult teams, like they were always senior. O'Neill's were always kind of a couple of grades ahead of us, so there wasn't ever any rivalry at that age. Underage though, we would have been. There would have been a good rivalry there, yeah.
So you've an All-Ireland final coming up now, but and we'll talk about that in a second, and Conahy Shamrocks. But what about the semi-final against Micheál Brannocks of Galway? You had a free out at the sideline to take the extra time. Can you just kind of paint the picture of that?
Yeah, I suppose we were lucky to get the free and get a chance to kind of redeem ourselves and put it to extra time. Yeah, look, it was a tricky angle, but I mean, we kind of we had a lot of practice done beforehand of what we do in the situation, so it was kind of process over outcome. It didn't matter what happened to the last free, what happened to if this one kind of. What happened with this one, as long as I stuck to the process that I kind of had in my head and done the same thing, I was happy that it would go over.
Had you missed a couple before that?
No, I actually don't think I had, but it was.
What's all this nonsense trying to come across as the sound guy?
Well, yeah. Well, it was actually so our free taker, Josh Bazang, was missing for the match. He was injured, so he's our free taker. So I was kind of stepping in and taking his place. So. I suppose lucky I kind of had a good day. I'm pretty sure everything went over. There was probably only 3 or 4 of them anyway. But yeah, the important one went over. But
you're keeping the modesty going. You hit 6 frees and 6 in play.
Okay, fair.
So and then Micheál, it finished 115 apiece. How did you end up scoring 126 in total and didn't score in extra time?
Just go quick. Yeah, so I think we started the second half well. I think we got into a 6-point lead, and then from there we definitely went to sleep a bit. We kind of had a crucial injury in one of our midfielders going off. Once we got out next time, then we kind of knew we had to up it. I mean, we were lucky to be in that position at that point with them getting the late goal. So look, we powered on. I think they had a good few wides in that half, and then the game was kind of put to bed early. I think we went in at half time 8 points up maybe. So look, it was just we powered on, and it kind of showed what we're capable of really. I don't think the second half of that extra time, the second half of the normal time, kind of was our true capability really.
So I was looking back at last year. You had the one manager for the 2 codes, Michael Mannion. So what way did that go? Because you're, like you said, mostly a hurling parish, and there's one guy who plays football who doesn't actually play hurling. So you're pulling from the same pick. Was it 2018? Was that the year that was the launch pad for this year? And what was your success?
Yeah, definitely. So as you said, Michael Mannion was the manager. Pulled a few rabbits out of the hat. I think in last year he got Frank Flannery down to coach us. So a
former Cork coach.
Absolutely, yeah. And with Waterford and Jameen had what's I'm thinking of Owlart. Yeah, sorry. Very successful, brilliant coach. So getting him down, I think he got us fit. First of all, he got us buying into it. He got us got the unity up. He definitely put a bit of steel in us and got a kind of a winning mentality. That year we kind of said that he'd help out with the football, but it would be kind of all in. So everyone kind of played football. We had never, actually as an adult club, we had never won a county championship until last year we won a Junior B county football. It was a week after losing the county junior A hurling to Clodove. So after that, then or this year, Michael Mannion was able to get the services of Noel Furlong, another fantastic coach. Involved with UCC Fitzgibbon team.
Is he the same lad involved with the two Johnnies? Because one of them, one of the lads has that name as well.
Yeah, every time I go onto Twitter and it says Noel Furlong and there'll be a tweet, and I look at it and then I realise, okay, yeah, that's the two Johnnies. Now.
He played senior for 19 years.
Yeah, but this not a different Noel Furlong anyway. But so it's like we said, like Noel's credentials, he's the Cork minor manager in 2021. So I think the level of coaching that we've been given over those few years, plus just the lads maturing and getting kind of just getting older and getting physically bigger, and that all helped in getting us to this point, I guess.
So you won the Munster title this year against St Mary's of Waterford, and Dan Shanahan being on the sideline for St Mary's, that must have been kind of a bit of a, I don't know, distraction, but there's probably a good bit of goodwill on that side of the fence because Dan the man is involved. But getting through that, how much pleasure did you get out of that?
Yeah, look, that was great. I don't think start of the year, I think we kind of had to get into a county series by getting to an East Cork final. I think East Cork was a bit cagey for us. We kind of just got through. Once we got into the county section, then I think we really opened up, and we really were able to kind of express ourselves, and winning the first county, that was phenomenal for the club. But going into a Munster series, then we knew that Cork have a great record in that competition, so we knew we'd be thereabouts. So we definitely targeted, look, we want to win a Munster while we're here. So to win a Munster or championship for the club was phenomenal, really. Yeah. What
would it mean to the area of Russell Rovers to win All Ireland?
I think the place is being shut down for about a week, I'd say, after it, if we do. But look, the support has been absolutely phenomenal. I think all the businesses around the place, all the support from the community, they've all kind of rode in behind us. Sponsors have been great. It means a lot. You can see it after winning in East Cork. There was members of the club in tears. Even winning that, and I suppose it needs to be said that we only won our first East Cork championship 2 years ago. So that was a huge step. To win a county, fellas were thinking this is dreamland. To go win a Munster, what, is it going to stop? And then finally we're here, a day out in Croke Park. Obviously we're great to get here, but we're fully focused on getting a job done as well. We're focused on winning. We want to win the game. So
you were involved in Cork for a few years. Did you play many games at Croke Park?
No, never played here. So underage, involved with minor, under 21. We never got out of Munster in those years, so didn't get to Croke Park. I was involved in 2013 in the extended panel, that drawn game against Clare, where they lost a replay, but was an extended member, so never got to play in Croke Park. So it's definitely next Saturday will be buzzing to get out and run up them steps and get out and play on that field.
How old are you now?
27 now.
So did you kind of think, and obviously you still have many years left hurling, but did you think, my chances of playing at Croke Park now with the county are gone, and I surely won't get there with the club?
Yeah, 100%. yeah, completely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you joined Midleton for, was it 1 or 2 seasons that you joined Midleton?
More 3, I think. Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Look, I suppose the club was kind of in an odd shape a couple of years ago. There was kind of a lack of commitment there from a lot of people. I was kind of at a stage where I kind of wanted to progress and try and make a breakthrough into county, into Cork. So look, I made a decision to go into Midleton. A great first year. We won a senior county, won under 21 county. I suppose as the years transpired, I kind of came to a realisation I wasn't going to make a breakthrough, so made a decision then to come back to Rovers. It was really driven by probably close friends, to kind of to play with the guys that I kind of grew up with and stuff. So that was the kind of the thinking there. Moving back out, would have thought, we'll be competitive in East Cork. We'll have a cut off that. Maybe someday, maybe win a county, but this is kind of dreamland stuff. So
was it a weird one? Were there a few noses put out of joint by going over and back?
Yeah, there was, but any of the guys that were, that I was close to and friendly, there was no issue. Yeah, there's going to be guys who are probably hold a grudge and hold, that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and you've won a county title with Midleton, like you say. You've obviously won plenty of medals now or a nice few medals with Russell Rovers. Did it mean a bit more in the Russell Rovers jersey?
I had that question right. No, they were both like that win in our county with Midleton was very important. I mean, it meant a lot to the people in there. It'd been a long time since they'd won a senior county, and it still does mean a lot. Winning at Rovers, then, I mean, I don't want to really compare. But I mean, obviously, it's very proud achievement that we can get to win a county with that. I know the whole team, we've made plenty of people happy with that. So.
And Conahy Shamrocks, then, do you know much about them? There's probably very little video footage to go off.
Yeah, there is, and I mean, I suppose it's hard to kind of prepare for that. But I mean, as long as we're kind of focused on ourselves, we know that if we play to our ability, if we execute the kind of things that we're good at and that our strengths, I think it'll take a very good team to beat us. Anyway, again, tough. I said the management have probably been roaming around trying to get videos and stuff, and we'll see what we can get probably. But they're a great team.
So when you reflect on your own time at Cork, was that mainly under Jimmy Barry Murphy, or?
Yeah, Jimmy and Cunningham, yeah.
Do you think that do you feel like I could have got more out of that if I got a chance here or there?
I wouldn't really begrudge any of the chances or anything. I think it was kind of, in hindsight, if you look back to probably as different ones, like, could I have worked harder? Probably, yeah. There's probably different things I could have done, but no regrets with it. It was great to be involved with something like that. A professional setup with an intercounty team. Look, it kind of is what it is. I kind of after parting with it now, so there's.
And like, do you go to the games now? Or are you back in supporter mode?
Oh yeah, God, yeah, absolutely. Load of my friends would. Fellas on the team I still be close with. absolutely, yeah. Big thing, yeah.
And can you see Cork? What are Cork missing that they haven't won in All Ireland in the last couple of years?
God, if I knew that, I'd probably be managing. It's hard to pinpoint it. I think it's gone so competitive that there's so many teams that can beat each other. Like even within Munster, absolute minefield. So to win an All Ireland now, I think you're really deserving in All Ireland. It's tough.
Yeah, you know when people say that Cork lack the steel or they rely too much on Patrick Horgan, do you think that's unfair?
Yeah. Obviously, Hoggy is a phenomenal player. I think he's definitely, without doubt, the best player Cork has ever seen.
Ever seen? Christy Ring now?
I think in this modern day, what he can do with it, he's like the performances he's on it here is phenomenal. I don't think you can. Yeah, it's difficult. If I don't know how to answer that really.
There'll be statues put up for him, won't there?
Well, yeah, the Glen will definitely have a Hoggy statue on you. I know, but look, he's a phenomenal player. I think he always Cork captain. It's actually great to see him with a chance now to be a captain this year. I'd love to see Cork to be up there, and if Hoggy had a chance to win that, to lift that to Lee McCarthy, I think that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, and do you think that, like, he's probably 31 now? There is a chance that he could finish his career without an All Ireland. That'd be a bit of a travesty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. It'd be. I suppose that just goes the gap that is there since Cork last won it. I think that's just the reality of it. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Cheers, and best of luck in the final.
Cheers, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Our Game. Don't forget to like and share the videos, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe.